Money Monday, sponsored by Gulf Credit Union.
This Money Monday, we're talking service fees, which are popping up at eateries nationwide. More restaurants now asking customers to pay a percentage on top of their bill, with sometimes unknown or unclear charges, leaving them frustrated, especially when they're asked to tip on top of that. Stephanie Gosk with more.
It's what most restaurant goers expect. Your bill comes at the end of a meal and you are charged for the food and drinks. Tip is optional. But more and more recently, customers are seeing something unexpected. Confusing and sometimes sneaky service charges, driving up the cost of restaurant meals.
Tipping on top of it feels really excessive, like what, 30 or 40% of the bill extra?
In some places, including Chicago and Los Angeles, there's a bill backlash by fed-up diners who've put together a spreadsheet on Reddit tracking the restaurants that have a service fee, accusing them of charging 10, 15, and even 20%. Instead of service fees, it's sometimes called kitchen love, wellness, and happy and healthy fees.
I don't understand. When did all of these fees get put on the consumer?
Now, some officials are demanding transparency. In Washington, D.C., the Attorney General releasing new guidelines Wednesday, requiring restaurants to disclose all fees to diners.
Consumers are entitled to know in advance what they're spending their money on. That information needs to be prominently, clearly, understandably displayed.
According to the National Restaurant Association, about 15% of restaurants are tacking on service fees to the overall bill. They say restaurants are adding the surcharge due to higher payroll for staff and wanting to add health insurance for employees. Restaurant owner James Malios says it's important to be upfront about extra charges. At his restaurant in Manhattan, 18% gratuity is automatically added to the bill. It says so right on the menu. No extra tip is expected.
How important is that transparency with your customers?
Oh, extremely important. It's the foundation of why this system has worked for us. Honesty is really the foundation of any good customer experience, right?
Malios added a hospitality surcharge to try to recover from the COVID pandemic.
How much did the pandemic rattle this industry?
It's hard for me to put into words how difficult that year was for our industry.
He says adding a preset fee to the bill also helps offer a competitive wage. With restaurants switching up their billing, some customers are left confused, wondering where that extra money goes and what happens now with tipping. A service charge, experts say, generally does not mean gratuity is included, so servers still need to be tipped. And if you are worried about those extra charges, check the fine print on the menu, or make sure you ask before you order.